back with another command block tutorial. I've been doing a lot of these than normal redstone tutorials because I'm really having a lot of fun with it. Now in this video I'm gonna show you how to make a right-click detection device with command blocks. It's 100% vanilla Minecraft, no plugins, no nothing. And I know a lot of you guys have been searching for this, and I was too, and there are some tutorials on YouTube, but they're all, I mean, most of them are outdated, but some of them work, but the guys didn't really explain it how, and I'm gonna leave all the commands in the description in a lot more detail. So let me just show you now. So I have a couple of named items here. So I have a summon fireball, strength pill, and flower. So if I go to this summon fireball, doesn't matter. So if I just right click with it, as you see, I summon a fireball. It doesn't matter where am I in the world, it works everywhere. So if I go here, it summons the fireball, and you can just summon them all the time. Make sure you go back a little because it spawns right in your face. If you just hit it like this, it explodes right there. But I put the explosion power to 0 so it doesn't destroy anything. But basically it's really cool. So next one is a strength pill. So as you see, I have no effects, and if I right click with this, I get a strength effect for 60 seconds. If I do it again, I'll get it again for 60 seconds. So I can, but make sure you don't spam this. So if you just go right click, it won't work. So make sure you use it once and then wait 1 second or so, and then like this. So this is a normal pace. Now as you see, here's an iron door. No way we can enter this, so yeah, it's closed. And yeah, it's like your wife locked the door and you can't get in if you get home late and you want to get into the house. So it won't help you by hitting the door. And yeah, if you bring her a nice flower and tell her, hey, I got a flower, and knock, as you see, the door opens and your wife lets you in. So no more worries about sleeping outside, and yeah, this is perfect. And yeah, this works also everywhere. And the strength, it still works. So if I use it again, it still works, and it doesn't matter which one you use first because it doesn't, yeah, it just works. Now these are the commands. Don't be afraid, it's not as complicated as it seems at first. If I would look at this for the first time, I would think it's extremely complicated, but it isn't. So we're gonna start with this one because this one is the fireball one. So basically I'm gonna go from the left to right. So this is one item. This is for one item. This side from this block to this block is for the strength pill, and for the flowers right here. So yeah, it's also, it doesn't need to be a block there. But first off, we have a fill clock that fills these blocks in, and this one. So basically there's a fill clock that places redstone block and replaces wool, and this one, I just activate it. This one places wool and replaces the redstone block. So if you mistakenly put any block here, it won't replace it unless it's a wool. So it fills it right over there. So basically it's a simple fill clock. Now first command block right here is a test for if you're selecting the first item slot. So it's the 0, but that counts it as the first. So it goes like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 9. So then it tests for if you have an item in your inventory that's named summon fireball. As you see, I have this. This is the flower, and yeah, basically, if it finds it, it outputs. Blah, blah, blah. So as you see, if I go to it, it outputs and turns this torch off, and it doesn't interfere. So as you see, also this comparator turns on because it has the same command, and then that comparator activates this command which summons an armor stand one block above this command block, that's invisible, that has arms, so you can give him the item. His name isn't visible, he has a gravity of 1, I think that should be 0. He's invulnerable, and custom name activation 1. And then here is on the redstone block that keeps filling on the clock. Wow, I just summoned it. Basically, here's a, can I click please? Command block that TPs that entity armor stand with that name activation 1 to me, to the nearest player. Actually, you can put your name here or your team name from your scoreboard, anything. You can work with it really nicely, and you can change this name, put it to any way you like, but make sure you synchronize these two names and you don't make them different. Basically, this part isn't really connected to these ones. Then in the middle there, summon, yeah, I knew it. In the middle there's a test for an armor stand. Now this test for if the armor stand has the item intent, because if when we change to the item, the armor stand is immediately, he is summoned, and that automatically TPs him to us. As you see, he's like dropping here, and he is right inside of us. So when we right click in any direction, we give him the item, and this command block recognizes that it has an item, and this can be any item, so you can put any name. So this is the name of this. As you see, it says Minecraft double plant, so that's his ID. So make sure you don't mess this up. You gotta type in the Minecraft and the colon and the so basically just make sure you put in the whole ID. So it recognizes if that armor stand has equipment, so it has to be in this first bracket. This is to test for what he has in his hand. The next one is for these next ones are for something else, for the other gear. Basically it tests for that any command block in the world that has an item, and then when it does that, if it does find an armor stand with an item summoned with the flower in his hand, it activates this comparator, which activates this command block, which executes on me another execute on any entity in the world named activation 1. This is the armor stand's name on the latest one, and summons a fireball one block above it with explosion power 0 in no direction, so you can just hit where you want it to fly. And then when that signal passes through that block, it goes to this one that kills that armor stand, so it doesn't bug you out. So that's why when you switch to an empty hand, there isn't any entities. As you see, this is only me, and if you switch, see, these entities get 1, and as you see, it kills 1 and spawns another, kills 1, spawns another. So yeah, then that signal passes to this redstone dust. First it goes to this repeater, which activates this redstone line and locks this repeater, so it doesn't keep this command block locked, and under a bit of delay it activates this command again, so it summons another armor stand with the exact same stuff that the previous one had. So that's why when you right click and use it, you can use it again. If you didn't put in that, you can just use it once, and then you would have to reset it all, because that entity would be always around you. It basically just kills the armor stand, and if you didn't have that, it won't spawn it again. So yeah, and this one just kills the armor stand. This, make sure you put, I mean, we're talking about this, make sure you put this one too. So I'm gonna put the commands all in the description, don't worry. I'm gonna put it for this one, not to the other ones, so yeah, you can work with it. So yeah, that's this one explained. So on this side we have just the same thing, just it gives us the effect, and if you're wondering where's the output when we recognize the item, so here's where the item is recognized, and your output should be here in front of this comparator. So your command block the command that you wanted to activate with an item should be here, or you can just lead it out with the redstone line to activate a series of commands. But make sure you put a repeater from any block in front of it, or any redstone dust in front of it, into a command block that kills that armor stand and activates this system. So you gotta have this system. Take a screenshot or something. I'm gonna stand here for a bit so you get it right, and this is a better view. Just make sure you do it like this, and yeah, so all the converters are set on default, don't worry about that. And yeah, that's basically it. And this is a bit different for the door to open. As it opens, and if you look closely, when I right click this item, you see it appears there. So that's the invisible armor stand holding it in his hand, so you can see it. So that's the same for this flower and for the strength pill. So yeah, that's how it works. And the only downside to this, as first one, is that you can't spam it, but you wouldn't really spam it if you wanted. I mean, some people would, but you can't use this while running because the armor stand doesn't TP fast enough. There isn't a clock in the Minecraft world that can TP the armor stand so fast, so it can just stay on you for every second. So after running, you gotta stand still for a second because the armor stand has to TP to you. But if you want to activate the command while running, you can turn around and then right click, because the armor stand is behind you, so you can just run and like activate. Sometimes you miss, doesn't matter. So that's the only downside I can find to this. And I hope you guys make a lot of cool designs with this right click detection, and if you do, please leave a link down in the comment section. And if you have any questions about this and any commands if I missed in the description, just ask me, doesn't matter, I'll answer it 100%, everyone. So yeah, and if you're wondering about adding something, how should you do it, just ask me. So I'm open for questions. So I forgot to explain this one. So this one is a bit different. So it's set for the door. So the door is right here, and there's a torch under it that's powered by a repeater from a redstone block. So it's by default it's closed. So when this recognizes the item in that item is that daisy, as you see the name, the ID is Minecraft red flower. That doesn't make sense, it's a white flower. But it activates this command that sets this block here to air, so it opens this door, and then it goes to the same thing as all the other command blocks. So it goes to the same thing and summons another armor stand that so you can do it again, and goes to these repeaters with delay to set that again to a redstone block, so it doesn't stay open for it doesn't stay open all the time. And when you're making this, make sure not to put this repeater on one tick. It has to be on 2 ticks, because it has to be a bit late. It has to be behind this repeater. So this one has to first lock this so you can activate this. If it's at the same tick, it won't lock it in time, so the command won't work. And yeah, all that you need are these commands, so without these repeaters. So you need these for this to work. So all these, as not looking at these 4 blocks and the repeaters. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below and a comment. And if you want more videos like this and you want to be first to see my videos, subscribe to the channel. And check out my project on Naruto Jutsu's map. It's not really a map, it's a game mode, so you can play in survival mode like Naruto. It's fully vanilla, 100% vanilla, so no mods, no plugins, and yeah. Well, that will be it for this episode, and I'll see you later. Bye.